One of the most common questions I hear each and every day is, Adam, hey, I'm moving to Maryland. I've seen all your videos here on your channel, but I can't decide. Should I live in Baltimore City or should I live in Baltimore County? Well, in this video today, we're gonna dive into that, dissect it so you can make an educated decision on where you want to live. So stick around, we're getting started right now. What's up everyone? It's Adam Taylor back again with another video talking all about living here in Maryland. Today, we're diving in and answering a question I hear over and over. Adam, look, I'm moving to Maryland and I can't decide. Should I live in Baltimore City or should I live in Baltimore County? Which is better? Well, we're gonna dive into that and I'm gonna give you 5 key areas that you really need to look at when evaluating both locations. So let's jump in and we'll start with number 1. So here for number 1, I'm gonna get the big elephant out of the way because I just gotta give it to you real quick. And you already know what I'm gonna say here. It's the crime. You know, which is the safest place to live? Baltimore City or Baltimore County? Well, statistically speaking, backed by police data, it's Baltimore County, hands down, okay? Now with that said though, there are great places to live in and around Baltimore City. I preview a bunch of them right here on this channel. But if you look at the stats and dive into those, you're gonna see that, hey, Baltimore's not the greatest when it comes to statistical crime data. However, Baltimore County is significantly improved. Does not mean though that there's not crime that occurs in Baltimore County. So here's where we're gonna go with this. Public resources, we're gonna give you the information, okay? And in the description down below here of the video, there's gonna be 2 links. One's to the Baltimore County Police Department and one's to the Baltimore City Crime Data Map. Depending upon where you want to live, whether in the city or county and neighborhood specific, you can drill down and look at these individual neighborhoods. And even in Baltimore City, you can drill it down to the street and really look at what's going on right down the street from you. And I think by doing that and doing your due diligence, you're gonna be able to research and get the answers and clarity that you need to make a decision when moving to Maryland. The next thing I think that is a big item to consider are the schools in Baltimore City versus Baltimore County. And again, we're gonna rely on public data here. So I went out to niche.com. It's a website that I often quote here on the channel. And I said, hey, give me the stats for Baltimore City individually, and then give me the stats for Baltimore County, based solely on the public school systems, okay? Now, this does not include any private school data. You'd have to individually go out there and compare private schools if you wanted to send your child to one of those schools. So here's what the stats say. Baltimore City received a C grade for the public school system. And there's a map here, okay? And we'll pull it up, put it on the screen here, and you're gonna be able to see. As you look through this, you're gonna see a lot of C's and D's sprinkled all the way through this. And it's not too encouraging. But with that said though, there are pockets of Baltimore City where the schools do excel, just like there are pockets in Baltimore County where certain schools are better than the others. Now let's flip it around. Let's look at Baltimore County. Baltimore County's overall grade was B. However, when you look at the same map from the same company, from niche.com, and we pull out and dive into this one, you're gonna see all sorts of grades all over here. You're gonna see A's, B's, C's all sprinkled in. Now, the links, again, will be down below to everything that I'm giving you here today so that you can do your own research, because you may wanna look at a specific community and drill in and look at what that middle school looks like in that particular area. And with the Zoom feature on the niche.com data, you're gonna be able to do that. So do your research, go out to other places like greatschools.org, check out the Baltimore City Public Schools website, as well as Baltimore County Public Schools website. The third area you gotta look at is public transportation. If public transportation is in your wheelhouse, then you need it. You know, you don't have a car, you don't own a car, you're a student and you need to get back and forth between classes, and maybe it's an internship that you're doing. Hands down, in my opinion, Baltimore City is gonna be the better option for public transportation because a lot of the communities are walkable. You'll be able to get a bus, you'll be able to even hop on the subway if you need to, or at one of the light rail stops. Now, with that said though, there are a lot of bus routes that go in and around Baltimore County, but the design of the bus system, from what I'm looking at here, and you can go right onto the MTA's website and look at this yourself, you're gonna have to take one bus to one stop and get on another bus to go to another stop and make multiple transfers to get to your ultimate destination. And yes, you can get from one side of the county completely over to the other. You're just gonna have to go through the city and jump on a couple different buses to make that happen. So for ease of public transportation and walkability's sake, Baltimore City is going to be the better option for those of you that need public transportation. Look, we've just buzzed through the first three, but you know what? It wouldn't be a video without me welcoming you all here to the channel. Look, if this is your first time to our channel and you're looking to learn all about life in Maryland, you know what? You are in the right spot. We do videos just like the one you're watching right now, each and every week, talking about living here, working here, chilling here, and most importantly, getting out and having some fun here in the great state of Maryland. So if that's the info that you're looking for, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give the little bell a click. That way you're alerted every time we put out another video just like this one. Now, as I mentioned all the time, my team and I, we are fielding calls from folks all over the world looking to make a move here to Maryland, and we absolutely love it. And we would love to help you out with your transition here to Maryland, but we just need one thing from you, and that's for you to reach out and connect with us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or you know what? You can book an appointment with us online. We've got a link down in the description right there. Set up a Zoom call. We'd love to connect with you, answer any of those questions that you have. So with that said, we're going to jump in to number 4 here right now. All right, the fourth thing you really got to look at is, hey, where am I going to live when I move to one of these places? What kind of home can I get? Well, here's the good news. In both places, you can get a condominium. You can get a townhome or a row house, as they're called in Baltimore City, and you can get a single family house, okay? However, you cannot purchase a farm or a property with a large amount of acreage in Baltimore City. Guess what? The space is just not there. They'd rather build 30 small, teeny tiny homes in the city and put people there rather than your one big farm. So if you need acreage, you need space, you need some land, you're gonna have to look at living in the county. Now, the other thing that you really need to look at is the price point. What is the average cost to purchase a home? And the good news is, I just went out and I pulled the data, evaluating all the sales that occurred individually in Baltimore County, as well as Baltimore City over the last year. And here's what the numbers say. The average price in Baltimore City for a home purchase is $215,410. Now, you have to peel that onion back because there are some areas in Baltimore City where the houses are basically tear downs. And those homes are selling for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, if not cheaper. So that's being factored into the number that I'm giving you here because, hey, let's face it, it was a home sale. Not a great home sale, but it was a home sale contributing to this, okay? Now, on the flip side, the average price for a home that was sold in the last year in Baltimore County was $374,895. And I think that's pretty realistic depending upon where you want to live in Baltimore County. So on the surface, Baltimore City looks cheaper than Baltimore County. It may not be the case though if you really look individually at some of the neighborhoods that you may be exploring. Hey, if you're finding value in this video and you're liking it so far, go ahead and hit that like button down below. It's the one that looks like a little thumbs up. That's like giving me a high five. You know, I greatly appreciate it, my friends, and it keeps the wind in my sails and it keeps me motivated to keep putting out videos just like this for you each and every week. Now, drop your comments below. Do you have a question regarding a specific neighborhood? Is there an additional item that you'd like us to evaluate when comparing and contrasting Baltimore City versus Baltimore County? Drop it in the comments below. We'll do our best to get back to you right away, or one of the great Marylanders that is watching this video will hopefully jump in and answer the question as well. So let's jump into one of the most important things, item number 5. All right, item number 5 that you have to be concerned about, and it's a big one because it affects money in your pocket, and that's the property tax rate between Baltimore County and Baltimore City. And in reality, how taxes, or property taxes rather, are calculated is they take the assessed value. That's the value that the state places on your home, and you divide that number by 100 because it's the factor here. The amount that they charge you is based on every $100 of value. So if we look at, say, a $350,000 home, because in reality, $350,000 is right about the average price point for a home sale in the entire state of Maryland. So let's look at what property taxes would be on a $350,000 sale. Now in Baltimore City, the tax rate is 2.248. Now in Baltimore County, the property tax rate is 1.100. You can see right away, property taxes in Baltimore County are half of what they are, or over half rather, of what they are in the city. So here's what it looks like. And we do the math and we add in the state's portion, no matter where you are, is $392 on both properties. Now the county, portion and the city portion is what significantly stands out. So the total property tax bill, assuming no credits, etc., on either property tax bill in the city for that $350,000 house, you're going to be paying $8,260 in property taxes. Now that same $350,000 house in Baltimore County, your property taxes go to $4,242. So you can see the savings with taxes is quite significant here. Now, there are a couple things that you can do in both places, or one thing that you can do in both places to help reduce the amount that your property tax bill jumps each and every year, and that's filing for the homestead tax credit. Right when you purchase your home, you can file for this credit, and it limits the amount. It sort of puts a governor on how much the city can increase your tax bill each and every year. If they make a big jump and they reassess your property. Now, reassessments are done every 3 years here typically. They have to essentially gradually phase that value in. They can't just hit with you with it all at once. All right, one thing you got to look at though in Baltimore City is the ability to qualify for some tax credits. The one that stands out to me the most is the CHAP tax credit. This gives folks that decide to renovate a home in the city a 10-year tax credit on their property tax bill going forward. And what's great about that is if you say you find a shell of a home in Baltimore City, let's take a neighborhood like Fells Point. You go to Fells Point, you find a row home, and you know what? You can get it for, let's say, $200,000. But once you fix it up, the value is going to be worth like $425,000. Well, the cool part is the city's going to give you a reprieve on that new value for a period of 10 years from when you start your project. So meaning they're going to look at day one when you go to begin your project. We're going to look at the value of the home in its present state. And then after you finish, they're going to reassess it and let you know what your tax bill is. The cool part is with this tax credit, you're going to not have to absorb that tax bill for 10 years. And here's the goal part. You might not even be in the home 10 years after your property, this new tax rate affects it. The good news is you could save a bunch of money in the meantime. So here's where I'm going with this. We'll put the link to all of the information regarding the CHAP tax credit. So if you're handy and you want to rehab a house in the city, great news, you can do it and all the instructions will be below. But the second thing is when you're going out and doing your search for homes specifically in Baltimore City. Again, this only applies to homes in Baltimore City. You can look to see how many years are left on the CHAP property tax credit. Typically, you'll see like 3 years left on CHAP or a year and a half left on CHAP. It's all usually listed in the details of the property you're specifically looking at. So my friends, look, those are 5 things that you need to consider when living in Baltimore County or Baltimore City. So if a move to Maryland is in your future, as I always say, my team and I, hey, we would love to help you out and welcome you here to the great state of Maryland, but we just need one thing from you, and that's for you to reach out and connect with us again. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or book your appointment with us on Zoom down below. Whatever you need to do, my team and I, hey, we've got your back from Baltimore down the bay, all the way to the beaches in Ocean City. We have you covered. And before you go, check out this next video right up here. I went ahead, I picked it out myself for you. I think it's gonna help you out in your transition here to Maryland. Until the next video, my friends, have a great day. We'll talk soon.